So my brother had moved back, and he and I were like really down in the dumps over that, and also everything. And we were making margaritas, and we were looking at each other, and I'm like, you know what? I'm making a visual album. Like, I want it. We don't get an album release show, but like, let's do this visually. Let's have it. And I don't know what I'm doing with visual stuff at all, but I was like, let's do this. Let's figure it out. Let's have a big screening online where everybody can like log in and watch it. And let's just get creative and devote all like, and I was like, I'm just going to devote all my time to this. And Michael was just like, okay, awesome. Like, so tomorrow, let's meet at 9 a.m. And like, just immediately, it wasn't even a discussion. Like, let's just do this. Let's dive in. And so, yeah, so then it just became dissecting the songs. And I think immediately he was just like, explain smoke to me and explain this. And we just had a dialogue and just, like, I'm definitely a very visual writer anyway. So everything that I write comes from a place where I see a movie in my head of what's happening and I describe it with words. So the movie in my head, not all of it lined up exactly, but it's the closest thing I could have ever expected or wished for with the budget that we had, and also just with the time and resources that we had, because grocery stores and every store was closed. I guess grocery stores were open, but like every thrift store that you would go to buy things was closed. Like everything was closed. So we were just like, okay, Facebook Marketplace. Like, let's find free stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Like, we got a oven and carried it out of someone's backyard with masks. Like, don't get near me. Like, and it was so heavy, and like just painted it and made a whole set in my backyard. We got these piñatas at Target for like, they were like discounted. They're really weird. They were like seashells, and I turned them into eyes and put flour in them, and I beat the shit out of them, you know? And like just all this stuff that we were just, you know, what's the cheapest stuff we can find and make it look cool, and also make sense. And then we made that giant airplane, the giant paper airplane, and Michael and I got paper airplane tattoos to commemorate it. Yeah, but it all started, you know, with a paper airplane, and we made a bunch of paper airplanes because we were like, this is something that's tangible, you know, and affordable, and we like wrote the details of the screening on these paper airplanes and like flew them into people's houses, and would like knock on the door and people would go out and be like, what? And I don't know if any of them watched, but you know, it was like those things that kind of kept us going, you know, just as people.
You gotta have a project that kind of lights a fire under you. Like, okay, so I like video. I like working with video. What was the most fun part working with video besides, you know, working with your brother and creating these moments to go along with your music? Was there part
Yeah.
of the production that you actually enjoyed?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I loved every part of it. I loved getting up, even though, I mean, there were definitely times that were so stressful because I had a very old laptop that didn't do editing at all. And so, yeah, so I had iMovie app on my phone and I edited it all on iMovie app. So, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was Googling everything as I went.
You did a
Um,
great job if it was
Thank
all on
you.
iMovie.
It was all iMovie and all on my tiny screen
Yeah,
on my
that's
phone.
amazing.
It took so long. But and I know that so much of it would have been so easy for many people to do because I'm not a very like I'm bad at technology. So like simple things probably took a really long time, but it was like absolutely so important that it was like all that I could think about for a month and a half, you know, every single day. Um, just like racing to the finish line of the album release, you know. But yeah, I mean, definitely working with my brother, like just thinking of the craziest things we could think of. Um, and making the props and things, the stop motion video, the paper stickers.
That's what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about you on this iMovie. I'm like,
That was nuts. That was crazy. I would not recommend that.
No, no, I'm gonna take your advice on that.
Yeah, that was nuts. And it also was a thing where, you know, you get to a point with people, you know, when you're at a sleepover or something, when you're a kid, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, you're all like suddenly laughing for no reason. Like Michael and I were making that stop motion video for like, I think it was like 14 hours, 15 hours or something. And we got like a third of the, or maybe like 3/4 of the way through, and we just started laughing and we're like, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? Like, this is taking so long. Like, we're never gonna get through this. And then we did, you know, and it was really cool. That's the kind of stuff that feels so good when you figure something out. I think learning a new skill was honestly really fulfilling too, of like editing, because I'd never done anything like that before, like any kind of editing. And I know Michael, Michael is like my brother. He's extremely smart and like a visionary. Like he's just this creative, like you know when you're talking to somebody, you've been smoking weed and they have all these crazy ideas, like
No,
that's
I don't know
you don't know
that.
anything like that. But that's him without that. And also with that. But like, you know, like that's just
The vibe.
the vibe.
He's a t-shirt guy.
He's definitely a t-shirt guy.
Okay.
T-shirt, cap.
What kind?
For
Oh,
sure.
baseball cap?
Baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.